What's up everybody, Mike here, and in this Diablo 4 video I will be showcasing my Blight Summoner Necromancer build. This is a beginner Necromancer build that focuses on damage over time and summoning. This build is aimed at World Tiers 1 and 2, and it's just to help you get started playing this kind of style, much like my Reaper Necromancer build. Kicking things off with the core skills and their upgrades initially. So here the basic skill Decompose is what you want to pick up, and this will generate essence 10 per second. Also has a lucky hit chance of 42% at just rank 1. It basically tears flesh off from an enemy, doing X amount of damage there, and basically help you create corpses with this every 2 seconds. And then you want to get the enhanced Decompose. If an enemy dies while being decomposed, you gain 10 essence. And then Acolyte's Decompose. You and your minions deal 10% increased damage to enemies who are being decomposed. Very good and effective at helping you create more corpses to utilize. Next up is the more bread and butter core ability of this build, and that's Blight. So this is essence cost 25, a lucky chance hit of 42%. At least it's a concentrated blight that deals damage and leaves behind a defiled area, dealing damage over 6 seconds. So this is where you're going to get your main damage over time. Then you get enhanced blight, slows enemies by 25%. And then supernatural blight. You and your minions deal 50% increased damage to enemies within blight. Since you'll be using a lot of essence with this build, you want to dip a point into unliving energy and then max out and perfectly balanced as well. Both of these are very good use for this build. Unliving energy, your maximum essence is increased by 3 at rank 1. And then in perfectly balanced, maxed out, your core skills cost 9% more essence, but deal 50% increased damage. Moving right along, your next core ability to pick up is Corpse Explosion. You want to max this out to rank 5. Lucky hit chance of 42%, and release a vile miasma from a corpse, dealing 918 shadow damage over 6 seconds. Reason being we do this is we go to enhance Corpse Explosion, which increase the radius by 50%, and we go to Blighted Corpse Explosion, which makes it become a darkness skill, and instead of exploding, releases a vile miasma, dealing 688 shadow damage over 6 seconds, increasing and adding to your damage over time overall with combination of Blight. Then there's a passive Skeletal Warrior Mastery. You want to put 2 points into this. Increases damage and life of your Skeletal Warriors by 30% with at 2. And this is going to help the survivability of your Skeletal Warriors, help you out in combat. Then lastly, you want to pick up your ultimate Army of the Dead and go into Prime Army of the Dead. But this is very good for this build. It fits as well as far as the theme with Army of the Dead. It's a cooldown of 70 seconds. You have a lucky hit chance, 67%. Essentially call forth the deep buried dead. Vault of skeletons emerge over the next 7 seconds that explode when around enemies. So essentially, they're just going to explode on contact with enemies there to help you out. And that further doing even more damage while you are doing your damage over time to the enemies. And Prime Army of the Dead is a nice enhancement to this. When Army of Dead's volatile skeletons explode, they have a 15% chance to leave behind a corpse, adding to more corpses being put, dropped there, so you can utilize your Corpse Explosion. You can summon more minions and heal them as well too, and just overall do better damage and kick butt. And typically when you play this build, you want to start off using, the Blight ability, and then go into Corpse Explosion. When you run out of essence, you want to use Decompose to fill it back up. You want to keep your minions alive as much as possible when they go down, summon them. But yeah, and use Army of the Dead Ultimate on elites and bosses mainly. Next, I want to talk about the 3 aspects I suggest you utilize with this build early on, and that is aspect of reanimation. This one, your skeletons gain increased damage while alive, up to X amount of percentage after 10 seconds. So basically, it's very helpful to increase the damage that your skeletons do, and in the long run, you do as well. The second one here, flesh rending aspect, another good choice you can pick up. After Decompose, spawns a corpse, gain 20 essence. Once again, helping you keep your essence going and flowing so you can keep utilizing your abilities as much as possible. And then third, you want to get the rotting aspect that allows you to have Decompose, can chain up to 2 additional targets. When Decompose spawns a corpse, it has a 48% chance, doesn't always be 48, but that's X amount of percent chance, to spawn a corpse under all afflicted targets. So this is going to even help you with more damage survivability once you got your enemies blighted and in there, just taking damage over time. When it comes to your Book of the Dead here for Skeletal Warriors, you want to go into the first one, which is you can raise 1 additional skirmish warrior here. Go into that for now and see how you like it, and it essentially gives you more in your army to utilize so we can do more damage and your other minions can stay alive. Then you have your skeletal mages. You want to go into the second tier with cold. Each time your cold mages damage enemies with their primary attack, you gain 2 essence. Once again, adding to the essence regain you're going to need to keep pumping out your core skills. And then you want to make sure you unlock golems here by doing the specific, quest line to your class here. And you want to go into the first one here under bone. Each time your bone golem takes up to 20% of its maximum life as damage, it sheds a corpse, helping you create even more corpses. So that way you just have plenty of corpses dropping. You can keep using corpse explosion while you have your enemies in the blight afflicted by it and the damage over time, and just keep rocking it. And then also your golem's going to help you out a lot when it comes to distracting enemies, mainly like elites and bosses usually too, to keep them off of you. So that way you can just keep doing damage. So that's all for now with this build, with it being an early beginner build, leveling build too. That's pretty fun to utilize with the Necromancer if you want to give it a shot. At the time of recording, we got season 1 coming up here. So I'm trying to get as much as I can done with these build videos before season 1 starts. And then hopefully work on at least a couple, if not some, season 1 builds for you guys with these classes. And I'm having fun with it so far. Can't wait to see how low 50 plus looks with this build and expand upon it to show you guys what you can do with it, especially for those that are new to Diablo 4 like myself. Yeah, it's been just a blast so far. If you want to catch me live as well on Twitch, the link is in the description below, twitch.tv/mygo_hero. I appreciate all the support you guys give me. Thank you for watching.